This is Andrew Reuben with Cook's Kettle, and today what's cooking local is Reuben pizza. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 450. If you don't happen to have a stone, a sheet pan would work just fine. Just make sure it's nice and clean. You want to get all the water off because it'll definitely leave some splotches on your pizza when you put it in. Let's get right into our dough. First you add your dry ingredients. We have 3 cups of flour, some garlic powder, Italian seasoning and salt. You could use a whisk. You could just use your hand. Just make sure it's mixed nice and thoroughly before you add any of your wet ingredients. We also have some active yeast. Add it to 1/3 cup of water and make sure it's mixed thoroughly. I'm going to add that in. Add your olive oil. Finally, a cup of warm water. You want to make sure the water is warm because when you're working your dough, if it's too cold or too hot, it will change the way the dough rises and how the overall texture when you're finished. Okay, just basically work it around with your hands here. You want to just keep working until you have a nice consistency. Probably about 8 to 10 minutes. You just need working around with your fingers and your knuckles. If your dough is still too sticky, you could just keep adding flour, tablespoon at a time. Just keep folding in and moving it around till it's nice, silky, smooth texture. Once your dough is all kneaded and nice and smooth, you're going to want to put it in a oiled bowl. You could use some pan spray and cover it with a nice dry towel. Stick it off to the side in a warm place. Let it rise for about an hour, or at least until the dough's doubled in size. Once it's doubled, just bring it back to your cutting board. Spread out a little flour. Work your dough nice and even until it's spread out into a circular pattern. You could, if you want to dock it, you could use a docker. If not, you could always use a fork. Just make sure it penetrates the dough completely. Otherwise, it won't rise properly when cooked in the oven. From there, you put your pizza into the oven at 450. Just blind bake it for 90 seconds on each side. And then from there, we already have one blind baked. Should look about like this. From here, we want to start dressing the pizza. For our sauce, I have a Russian dressing. It's Thousand Island and Catalina. I just for flavor reasons, I added a little bit of sweet relish to it as well, just because that's how I enjoy my Reubens. Nice crunchy sauce. We have a cheese mixture, which is about half and half of Swiss and mozzarella. I put a little more Swiss to keep it traditional with the Reuben flavor. You could go either or. You could use provolone. It makes it a nice stringy pizza when it comes out. Spread the first layer of cheese about evenly, about a ½ inch away from the outside of the pizza. Okay, you have your corned beef. You could do it in strips. I personally just like to rip and tear. It makes it a nice even pizza. Plus, when you're enjoying this, when cutting it, stuff could easily slide off. With this, it just bakes right in. Next we have our sauerkraut. It's a dried sauerkraut, mainly to prevent all the extra moisture from creating a soggy pizza. This is really dry. It'll give it a nice caramel color when baked in the oven. It also will add to a crunch when you bite into it. Just spread it out, string it evenly throughout the pizza. And top it off with a final layer of cheese. It's at 450 degrees, dried sauerkraut crisps up like you would not believe. So you just want that extra little layer. And who doesn't like a little extra cheese on their pizza? Right. Nice and pretty. Right. From here, you just stick it in your 450-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until the cheese and crust is a nice golden brown. When it's finished, I like to oil the side of the crust just so it doesn't burn. You could use, if you don't have olive oil on hand, you could just use some cooking spray, mainly just to protect the crust itself and give it a nice golden color. This is Reuben Pizza, and this is Andrew Rodman with Cook's Kettle, and that's what's cooking local.